is not ready to demarcate boundaries ahead of the 2022 general election in what could be a blow to proponents of additional constituencies. The elections in a 5-year strategic plan launched Tuesday has no mention of any blueprint on boundaries review. In a plan, IEBC also wants Parliament to come up with a legal framework to guide a referendum.
With the IEBC sticking to their guns that the proposal by the Building Bridges initiative to create 70 extra constituencies is illegal, the Commission, it appears, is not ready to undertake any constituency delimitation before the 2022 general election. The Constitution, in Article 89, 3 and 4, says that the Commission shall review the number, names and boundaries of wards periodically. If a general election is to be held within 12 months after the completion of a review by the Commission, the new boundaries shall not take effect for purposes of that election. But in its Strategic Plan 2020 to 2024, Elections Operations Plan, Boundaries Review Operations Plan and other policy documents unveiled Tuesday, the Commission intends to begin by developing a review operations plan, develop rules of procedure for delimitation, undertake stakeholder engagement and public participation, and establish a well-equipped geographic management system laboratory.
The Commission mandate is clearly spelled out in the law and in the Constitution, saying we can do boundaries between 8 years to 12 years. So the plan you have today has nothing to do with what you are referring to as BBI, which is a life matter in court. What we have in the plan today is the activities which the Commission has already undertaken and is going to undertake, stretching between this period which has been covered from last year up to the time when the boundaries review will be concluded. That's before 2024.
On the lack of sufficient statutory and regulatory laws governing a referendum, IEBC is engaging the National Assembly's Justice and Legal Affairs Committee to formulate the laws. On the management of next year's general election, IEBC intends to bridge the gaps to eliminate errors similar to those of the 2017 general election, with the judiciary calling on the electoral body to minimize electoral disputes emanating from disputed polls.
This report outlines all areas required to be looked at and amended by Parliament as regards election laws. We hope that Parliament will look at it, make the necessary amendments. We're already late in the day, but we hope something will be done so that the experiences learned in 2017 are not repeated.
We have a role in ensuring that we minimize this number, and I say this taking into account a country like Ghana that only had 7 electoral disputes in their last election. So what I was asking myself, is it that the people of Ghana trust their electoral commission more than we do, or is it that Kenyans are more litigious than our brothers out there?
The judiciary joining the IEBC in its call for timely funding in what the electoral body claims is the biggest impediment to proper preparation for an election.
We request those responsible, the National Treasury, the National Assembly, all partners to support the Commission in order to realize the funding that is required for this important institution.
Our funding only comes in just when election is about. Like the first tranche of our funding now is coming in the next financial year. And as a commission, we have always said we need to be funded throughout the 5-year electoral cycle. And so now here we are with an election next year, and the first tranche of the funding is just coming in. But with all of you and your support, we should be able to deliver on our mandate.
Stakeholders in the electoral process calling for the taming of hate-mongers, calling on the judiciary to remain impartial in the dispensation of justice during the electoral cycle.
The Independent Electoral Commission must remain sane, just like the judiciary must remain sane when madness engulfs us.
And if we do not give visas to those who AACC has presented as being involved in corruption, it's even more so that those who incite violence should not be allowed to go to Europe or North America.